Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to... I almost said backpack battles. That's not what we're doing right now. We're doing pyanodons. I do enjoy backpack battles though, but that's not what's happening. Oh, do I not understand buffer chests? Shoot. I thought buffer chests could provide to requester chests, but maybe they can they provide to other buffer chests? I have no idea. Like, I've never really used buffer chests before. Okay, no. So you can't just use buffer chests to move items between each other. It's probably for the best to do it that way. But what that means we need to do then is use filters, then select that, and then do a little provider chest action. Okay, we've had 5 failures to launch Queen so far. 5 failures so far. And then I'll just finish out the honey making one, put another 2 in the nest making one, and then 1 more in this one. Or maybe, I think it's probably more like this. Okay, so now the only thing that we need to keep this running is more eggs and more empty combs once in a while, which we've actually fully automated minus like some ash or something. Let me go take a look at that. We're not going to use them that rapidly. On average, we only use up 20% of what we have per cycle, which means I don't even know what that infinite sum looks like. It's 1 plus point. It's probably 6. I think is how that works. Or is it 7? No. 6/5? No, because if I have 1.2, no, it's 1.25. If we have 1.25, then we go down to 1. What am I trying to say? That's saying the same thing. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I came up here to grab something, and I've already forgotten what it was. Ah, the combs. The combs. 63 more. Nice. Oh. Wait. What? Wait. Krydax, you dingus. Wait, what? How did I set this up and not feed the tailings dust into this? And how did it get so many done? Oh, it was the tailings dust coming from this. Ah, I get it. Okay. Yeah. It is gonna run out of sand, but I can always just grab more. Okay, so that'll make me a bunch more empty combs. That should last a while. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is how many cycles does 10 combs actually last me? Okay, I just grabbed arcads like at the end of the last episode. So 10 combs will go to 8 combs, which will then go to, 6.2 combs, and then it just kind of keeps counting down from there. I don't know, y'all. I'm just gonna throw out a wild guess and say that 5 combs gets you 30 cycles. I think. Like the infinite sum of 0.8 to the n. Hold on. Do I have a browser open? Let's see. Desmos. Graphing. I kind of use it as a scientific calculator. Alright, sum n equals 0 to 1,000 of 0.8 to the power of n. It sums to 5 total. Doesn't sound right. Is that right? I guess it is. So that means 1 comb will last for 5 processes. Oh, okay. So 65 combs is plenty. Because that means we get 65 nests, which then recycle into 80% of the 65, and yada yada yada. Wait. No. I think it is 6. No, this is adding. I did start with n equals 0. Never mind, we're good. Because you don't start with 80%, you start with 100%. Then you have 80%. Then you have 80% of 80%. Then you have 80% of 80% of 80%. And it just keeps going like that. Alright, we're at 7 queen failures. Now we're out of honey. Okay, so I need a second one making honey is going to be the first place to upgrade things. And let's go... Let's go with something like this. So then we'll feed like that. Okay. So that'll be more arcad honeycombs. And then we can just separate out these two. Because it's actually pretty similar. Because we need 5 for 30 eggs. And then those 30 eggs need 6 honey barrels here. And then those 6 nests need 30 honey barrels here. So we need 36 honey barrels compared to 5. Oh, never mind. A very small percentage will go to making maggots. Okay, in that case, we do need... you know what? Why don't I just put it on a belt? And why don't we do it like this? So this one gets fed first. Okay. So when we get a few more arcads, we'll throw them in there. Now, while this process is running, we are going to begin... We're going to do it. We're going to begin the bot maul. The bot maul is real, it can hurt me, and we're gonna face down our fears anyway. I'm a little bit concerned about where we put it, though. Of course, it goes right through the geothermal. Of course it does. Of course it does. All right, we're gonna have to do a squiggle. I don't normally diverge like that, but in this case we're gonna have to. This one fits nicely without breaking anything. So I'll paste that in. And I'm gonna start our bot maul up here. In this zone. I know that feels far away, but I think this is the general area I'm gonna expand towards. So like this is gonna be a lot of my bases in and amongst these blocks. I know I have a bunch down here right now, and once we've got everything from the starter base on rails, we'll tear down the starter base and then we'll fill that with rails. But then that'll mean this is actually a fairly central location. So I don't feel bad about that. We'll put in our T-junctions. These will all just be individual city blocks. I'll put that in, and I'll put this in. And I'll shift-click it. And, oh my god, we're gonna have to make all sorts of little changes, aren't we? Thankfully, it's just the power poles that are in... You know what? Hold on. I'm just gonna force build over it, and then we'll put the geothermal back in. I think is the better way to do this. Okay, it's gonna take the bots a long time to do that. So that's step 1. Step 2 I guess, is setting up some of the actual stations. So we're gonna do about 1 million strong side stations. Did I want them on this block or this block? Probably this one. So I'll put that there. And then we will have quite a few strong side request extensions. We're gonna have quite a few of these. And we're gonna make them multi-requesters with like a lot of space. Like that. I guess that won't go there. Maybe here. Okay. So we'll let that all get built. It will take quite a while, I think. So let's go grab some more arcades while we're waiting. And then we're gonna have to deliver all the metals. So another thing we can do to get prepared is put all the metals on trains that aren't currently on trains, because there's quite a few. Like, I don't think we've put titanium on trains. Oh, no, we did for whatever, but like nickel's not on trains. A lot of the alloys are not on trains. Yeah, there's just a lot. I don't need to list every single one right now. We will need to list every single one when we're figuring out what they are. But yeah, let's go grab whatever this has spat out. Only 2? Oof. I guess this is a 5-minute recipe, but seriously, it feels like it's only... Feels like it's been plenty of time. Guess not. Still struggling to make cDNA. Oh, also the flora here is running out eventually. We still got a lot though, 100K on that one. But that won't last forever. I mean, it'll last 20 hours though. So that's pretty close to forever. Though in the pie world, that's just a blink of an eye. Alright, give me these maggots. Give me these maggots. Boom. Alright, one more arcade for us. 3 more shots at a queen. Or no, that's 6 shots at a queen. And the 3 arcades mainly are to make more honey. Alright, I need to grab some more coffee. I will be right back. Okay, coffee acquired. Very important. Arcades need honey, Cardax needs coffee. And arrived we have. And we shall throw the arcades in there, throw the maggots in there. Just gonna split these up a little more evenly. Ah! Keep control clicking when I mean to shift click. Okay, how many do these hold? Is that 10? Yeah, it's 10 modules a piece. That might be too many now making honey. I don't know, we'll see. I still feel like I did the math wrong because the ratios were supposed to be working out, but we're just completely out of honey again. Is it because we have too many? Oh, it's because there's so many maggots buffered. That's what it is. So we've turned all of the eggs into maggots, but then we need the honey. Well, but even that, we already did the math, and like the amount of honey that the maggots need is pretty insignificant. It's only 5 honeycombs per set of 6 nests, compared to the 6 honeycombs that each nest needs. So only like 1/6 of the honey actually goes to making maggots. So I think I still might have done the math wrong somewhere. These need to run 2 times for every 1 time this runs. And this isn't going to change much of the math of that. Yeah, I mean, it changes it by 1/5 or 1/6. Not a huge deal. Anyway, we've got 5 nests ready to go, and it's just the honey barrels that are the problem now. Oh, I guess we're gonna get empty nests on this belt. Or, sorry, what am I trying to say? We're not gonna get empty nests back. We need somewhere that can access like this. Okay. Pure spaghetti is the way to go, let me tell you. Okay, and I'm just gonna help this out and give some honey sooner rather than later. What is happening? That's what's wrong. Okay, did I find a glitch? Empty barrel. It says target full, but it's not. Has this ever happened to you guys? This is like a full-on glitch that will break my base, whatever this bug is, and I really hope it's a fixable, understandable thing, because this is like full-on busted, right? Like the barreling machine needs empty barrels. That is the item that this inserter is trying to insert into it, and it's claiming that the target is full. That's really bad. Okay, well that explains why these weren't running. It's really bad though. How did that happen? And is it gonna keep happening? I assume it has something to do with how I set this all up and was manually inserting and stuff like that. But something feels wrong. I'm curious if... No. I was curious if it changed the force, but it says force player, and this one says force player channel 1. So it didn't change. It's not like the logistic channel changer broke it. It's possible it broke it because of what it was pulling from somehow. I'm not really sure. But yeah, why is this not buffering barrels? Does it only put barrels in when there's a fluid in there? Maybe. Something's janky with the barreling machines, I think, there. I think that's a bug because of how barreling machines work. Because it doesn't know which thing it wants until it has a fluid in it. Because it could be a barrel, it could be a canister. Personally, if that bug is due to what I just talked about, I'd prefer if there was a barreling machine and a canistering machine. I'd actually prefer them to be separate machines if it fixes that bug that we just saw. Because that is the kind of bug that scares me. we could just find our base broken, you know, some distant... I don't know why the bug exists. Maybe it will never happen. Like, maybe it's a bug that can only show up at the beginning, so, like, it's not gonna randomly break 10 hours down the road. Anyway, I'll stop complaining. I'm not really complaining. I'm just like, that's a bad bug. And I'm hoping we can figure out how to avoid it in the future. But yeah, I mean, things are happening. We've done 8 rolls for Queen now. Still nothing. And now let's go get some stuff set up on trains for our eventual bot mall. The bot mall is going to be so nice. Just to be able to go and pick up 10 soil extractors and 30, you know, Ralasia plantation. Well, I don't know if I'll buffer Ralasia plantations. The hard part is, like, there are things we just don't need for a while, and then when we do need them, we need 50 of them. And the question is, how many of those do I produce? Or should I produce? And I don't know the answer. Okay. But I do know I want to get some more providers going here. Why is that one tile too short? Very inconvenient. Okay, and then this is going to be weak side multi-provider extensions. I think I want it right there. Which means we need to have this go a bit closer. And then that way we can make that a double. We'll make this a double. We can merge those bad boys. And then we've got room for another couple here. I think the easiest way to do it is this. Or this. That goes in. This one squiggles and goes in. And then those are all enable disabled based on some amount of some ingredient. And you're gonna filter left something, you're gonna filter left something. No! Come back to me. There we go. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna put all in there, but we can put up to 4 things. Probably lower volume things. Like, is chromium in yet? Niobium's already in because we built it on trains. Chromium. So all we have is copper, iron, glass, tin, nickel, steel, aluminum, titanium. So we still very much need chromium and nickel and lead. We have small parts. Wait, do I have small parts? Wait. I don't have small parts. Aha. Probably should. Anyway, this will be... did we do duralumin? I don't think so. Okay. So maybe this will be lead and duralumin? Those are right next to each other. So then something like this, something like this. Do that. Boom, boom. Lead and duralumin, and we want lead go left. Lead plate. Lead plate. Duralumin. Oh, found it. And I'm gonna start with 1,000 because I'm not rich enough for 2,000 duralumin. I don't think. And then this guy. Slots 4. Okay, and then we need chromium. Chromium in small parts? Sure. And we're already doing nickel. Why did we do nickel? Oh, we needed that for like nickel chloride or sorry, that's zinc. This is not nickel, that's zinc. We needed it for zinc chloride, which, as you may remember, we needed for niobium. Okay. So that goes in there, and then we've got small parts left. Ugh, advanced small parts. Someday we will deal with that. And then you... go to 1,000 chromium. You will go to like 4,000, or maybe even 5,000? Yeah, 5,000. Okay, so that's good. We are noticing a thing that I just now noticed, which is that those aren't getting built because we don't have RoboPort. But yeah, there we go. There's 4 more things that we'll need. What else might we need? That's on this loopy. Vitraloy, Phoenix... batteries, circuits, treated wood. God, this is gonna be painful. Nichrome, which is finally basically out, so I'll just remove that. Ceramic. Rubber, we already put on trains. Intermetallics. That one. Yep. Yep. Okay. Very expensive buffers to fill. But we filled them this far. What's a few more? What's a few more buffers among friends? Coke? Do we have Coke on trains? Weirdly, I'm not sure if we do. That filter, like, I type carbon. No, that is filtering the station name. I didn't know if it would search for item name too. So I have to actually search for a specific item. And then it shows stations that have that item. Okay, got it. Anyway, we can see our new stuff filling up here. And now what? I'm scared. This is a scary prospect. Solder. Solder needs to go on there. a lot. Oh, Nexalit and nickel. Nixalit. Okay, we need a lot of stuff here. So let's... God, our poor base is just gonna be crying. Okay, circuits, batteries, intermetallics, and nichrome, vitrolloy and phoenix, coke and solder is my thought here. I guess rubber can just stop. I know this is kind of a lot, but here's the other thing I know. Oh, that I was gonna use that belt. I can't use that belt. That's a biocrud belt. Here's the thing I know. This is way cheaper than setting up all of these processes on trains, right? Like we've already got these processes set up, and it would just be, I think it would be silly to not utilize. Well, and when I say silly, I don't mean you're silly if that's how you do it. I just mean like, I feel that we already have all these metals and I can just put them on trains and utilize them. And we put all that work into this whole metals complex that we've already upgraded quite a few times. So the problem though is it just means huge buffers to put all this on trains, you know, because this isn't right next to train stops. Maybe what I should do is remove all these belts and put train stops down the middle. Do some kind of weird blueprint with inline train stops, and then they're just unloading and loading directly onto trains. I could see myself changing to that someday in the future, because that's basically what we're doing now, but with like thousands of items buffered for no reason. But it's not for no reason. Having buffered things is good. Anyway, lead antimony alloy too. We don't even have lantimony going on here. All right, we're gonna need, I already know we're gonna need another one. 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm noticing is there's still no alarm going off for me having queens, which is a bit of a bummer. And don't worry, I did see that this deleted this connection. I know you were freaking out there for a moment, thinking Krydax didn't see it. He did see it for once. Krydax is proud of himself, because for once he saw it. All right, we got a lot more stuff that still needs to go on, but all of this stuff is on, right? We got chromium, tin, glass, iron, copper, aluminum, duralumin, lead, steel, titanium, small part. Yeah, okay. Everything that's already there is on, so that's good. Now I'll get these guys on this one. And solder left. Solder stacks to 100, so that's good. And then coke stacks to 100 as well, so that can be 2,500. And then what do we got? Then we need more belts. Coming along here. God, this is a bus of epic proportions. And I think we knew we were gonna need 3 more. Didn't we say we were gonna need 3 more? I think I did. That's a lot of problems made by that one underground. Let's not do that. I think I'd rather just, we will squiggle the fluid here. Like so. All right. I don't remember what all it is that we needed, but I know vitrolloy, phoenix, and there was another one, Nexalit nickel. And then we still need lantimony. Yeah. So Nexalit nickel's already hooked up like that. We want this one to be the vitroloi phoenix, which is up here. So we need to come down. Should be one more over because then I can go over like that. Okay. So there's vitroloi phoenix. Oh, why don't we do lantimony intermetallics? Oh, and then there's still, oh my god, this just keeps getting worse. There's still circuits and whatchamacallits. But yeah, why don't we put lantimony... Wait, where is lantimony? Are we not using lantimony in here? I swear we were. What are you used in? Oh, you're only used in batteries. Oh, we're not using lantimony. Okay. Okay. I don't need lantimony yet on chains. That's good news. That means I can put intermetallics with whatever's left. Is there anything left? I don't think there is. Actually. I'll have a half belt of something. Okay, well, this is gonna have to go across that, across the Great Divide here. And then we got batteries and circuits. And then intermetallics is the final frontier of the where the heck do we put it game. I don't know what to do here. Oh, intermetallics and nichrome. Perfect. Uh-oh. Oh no. That's not just Phoenix. That's iron niobium alloy. I forgot about that. There's still 3 more things? Oh no. Okay. Is there anything else? Quartz is going to be needed. I can just mine that on site. Quartz doesn't take a fluid, right? Or does it take syngas? No, I think it used to take syngas. I might also need plastic. I might also need treated wood. Those are things, though, that I need to make properly on trains. I also could put mechanical parts on a train right now, because we've already put in the hard work of this system to make a bunch, rather than restarting that system and making all the gearboxes and everything. I feel like mechanical parts could be a good thing to have on trains. But I might just move that with logistics bots, to be perfectly honest. Because that buffer would be way too big. I don't want that. Okay, so let's get that going. And then at least for now, I don't think there's anything else. We've already got Phoenix and Vitroloi. I don't think there's anything else that needs to go on the intermetallics belt. My eyes are kind of melting right now with all these belts. I guess plastic. We already talked about wanting to remake that though. But we will need plastic, we will need quartz, we will need ceramic. Okay. Yeah, I'll call that good for now. And then, yeah. Here go all the buffers. Goodness. I'm gonna, oh god, what did I just do? I'm gonna need more belts here. This is nuts. Oh, okay, we don't want to go too far. We've already made it to the trains. Yeah, right here. In fact, I can probably just go across right there. Okay, so now I wanted to... What was I just gonna do? Grab more belts. That's what. What? Repair packs? Oh! Wait, what? Oh, because they just built... I get it. Okay, that blew up a long time ago. I forgot that it damaged things, though. That's funny. Yeah, I was really confused for a second. I'm like, wait, shouldn't we have seen that warning like a million years ago? But no, that's not really how it works. Okay, you want to know what else is crazy? Is all the random crap we picked up is now in our inventory. Clogging up all the lines. I think I'm also ready for an inventory upgrade. We have to start paying logistics science, but I'm willing. I'm willing. And what's the other one called? The tool belt research? Yeah, we're done with that. So the next upgrade is going to be modular armor. Right now we get 40 slots. Modular armor will get us 60. But that's still hundreds of hours away. Look at that. Utility box Mark II, electronics Mark II, self-assembly monolayer material, I'll call that SAM. Mech parts 2, stainless steel, Kevlar, which we need for stainless steel anyway. So, I mean, a lot of those things are needed for the things that we already see. So there's really only a few things in there that once we have it, we're done. But yeah, that's nuts. So that's not gonna happen for a very long time. So I'm glad I have quality of life research. I know some people have said like, oh, you know, I don't use quality of life research because Pi gives you that stuff already and it kind of negates the need for that. But like, I need more than this 40 slot bonus. I've already got, how much of a bonus? Wait, is that 50 on top of the 40? And I'm still running out? I have 90 bonus slots? Yeah, there's no way this would be enough by itself. Not with the way that I play. The bot mall helps, but even then, I still want to have a bunch of, I don't know, I like being, you know, the Boy Scout method where I'm always prepared. And I don't find, you know, I don't find running around the base just to pick things up to be that fun. And I also think that it's more fun if I can carry around the stuff that I need at any given moment, rather than like, oh, I'm not carrying RoboPorts because I don't normally need RoboPorts. It's like, no, I want to have a stack of RoboPorts for that one moment that I do need a RoboPort once in a while. So for me, at least, having more inventory slots, I think, increases the fun by a little bit. I don't think I need double this, but, you know, just, I want to have a little bit of everything at all times. A little bit of everything everywhere all at once. Okay, what am I actually doing though? Getting more belts. And then building more belts. There's so much stuff here. Okay, so that one can go here. Alright, so here's 5 more belts of crap that need to go on trains. Holy cannoli. I think I want... I think I actually want all 5 of these to be together. And I'll put this one up here with these guys. That'll be Nixolit and nickel. I wonder what my power's doing. Surprisingly, it's fine. I kind of assumed with all of these things being buffered that we'd be having problems. Stop it. What I want to do is middle click that. Okay, nickel is in. Now here's an interesting thing. That'll just continue to break my brain. This one works differently with whatever this mod was called. I already forgot what it's called. And I want to rep the mod. Tooltip. Oh no, what's it called? Oh no, what is this mod called? I can't remember. Should I be doing this much Nexalit? I feel like that's a lot of Nexalit to waste. Whatever. Whatever. In for a penny, in for a pound. It'll buffer eventually. And then it'll buffer on the other end where trains are requesting it, and we'll just... There'll be 5 grand of Nexalit that we just never see again. But once we've paid that one-time cost, it's mostly done buffering, so it's fine. Anyway, what is the mod called that I'm trying to think of? The mod is called... It'll show up in the list here. This is a big list, though. But it's so nice. I want you guys to use it, too. It's called... I'm not seeing it. Oh no, I missed it. Oh no. Picker. It's something. That's not what it is. That's the Picker mods extended. Where are you? Filter helper. Filter helper. Anyway, what I was getting at is filter helper, when you have an inserter, it doesn't automatically click the use filters button, even when you're selecting stuff over here. But apparently with loaders, when you select something over here, it does click the use filters button. I just find that to be an interesting difference. Okay, so now... Do I need another one? Honestly, I think I do. Just copy this whole shebang. Call it a day. And then over here, we want... all 5 of these, so... Figure that part out. You know what I might do? Of course my inventory's full of intermetallics. Why wouldn't it be? I don't even know what to get rid of. Sorry, we gotta go fast to not get too much vitriol in Phoenix. Go with 500 of each. Anyway, I was just thinking I would do this. Right, I can just hit spacebar. Okay, and then to feed in the IMs, I'm just gonna use an inserter because we're not making 1.5 a second anyway. Okay. Here's intermetallics. Okay, and then this one. One of these, and we've got filter left. How did it already know nichrome? How did it know that? I'm scared. I am scared. 400 nichrome. Interesting. For loaders, filter helper doesn't show up for destination inventory. I'm guessing the nichrome ended up in my inventory. Wait, where is the nichrome all gone? Oh, just the 10 in there. Okay, well, that was all a mess, but we've done a lot of good work. And it's a lot of expensive work. And now my base is going to be sad for a minute while it tries to make all of these things. And we're still not quite done. Alright. This one will go circuit. Simple circuit board left. Simple circuit board left to... let's start with 1,000. Batteries. I will start with... sure, 1,000. Whatever. Whatever. Do your worst. Okay. So this is called small S parts. What is it? Lead, Dura, and chromium. Sparts, lead, Dura, chromium. Provide. This is solder coke nexalit nickel. This is vitrolloy phoenix. Vitrolloy phoenix iron niobe. Niobe? That's what I'll call it. Niobium alloy and intermet metallics. Provide. And this is circ battery. G-circ. Circuits. Battery. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. My base is gonna struggle to keep up with producing all those metals. I assume production graphs. We should see something having ramped up recently. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell for sure. I wish I could, like... Wait, is that working? Oh, yay. Okay, you can right-click to remove things. I never knew that. That's really handy. Because it's just like, I want to remove the things that we're producing a ton of, so that we can kind of see what's actually happening with lower rate things. So yeah, like iron ore, you know, the usage went way up, and iron plates and whatever all this stuff is, there's a whole chunk of things that went up about 20 minutes ago when I started doing all this. So that's not that surprising. I still haven't gotten an arcad queen, but we're gonna go grab some more arcads and hopefully... Why am I getting on this train? This is not gonna help me. What I need to do is put limestone down over there. Why don't we grab some right now? And then, what do we got? 4 more? Okay, take it. just fill this in a little better here so I'm not running around with no speed boost. Like a freaking barbarian. Only barbarians run around without a speed boost. Everybody knows this. Alright, down to the CADs. The RCADs. Okay, well, I'm relatively happy with all of that setup. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. There's still quite a few things, like we said, you know, like random stuff like quartz or treated wood or plastic that won't be... I might just plug them in too, because I'd rather get the bot mall running and then improve the back production of what we need rather than just spend 15 hours working on making all the things we need separately. Okay, so what's going on? We're out of honey. The honey loop stopped for some reason. Oh no. Oh wait, no, we're fine. The empty barrels aren't making it back. That's the problem now. Okay, that's a good problem to have. That is a good problem to have. So we need a requester for empty barrels. Here. You know what? Everything's the worst. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting the empty barrels back. I don't even know what all I'm doing, but it should work. Why am I putting it from that into that and then into that? Don't ask. But it'll work. I'm gonna put the tall oil away. Okay, but anyway, that should get all that started again. Alright, and then we need the rest of the eggs. Eggos. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I mean, stuff's happening. We've now rolled 20 times with no queen. That is still well within reason. Still well within reason. I mean, even if we get to 70 and we still haven't gotten a queen, that's half. Half of everybody's experience is you get to 70 with no queen. So that would still be very reasonable too. Even getting to 100 with no queen, that's like 30-something%. You know? That's just rolling a 1 or a 2 on a regular die. Like, that happens all the time. So we're still a long way from getting a queen, like, you know, in terms of statistics. Now this needs to be a provider. And then we need a request. Which one uses it? This one? Filter helper's so nice. Look at that. You just add a stack right there. Super handy. Alright, well, I think we're gonna call it an episode there. We've gotten some good work done. We got more work done on RCADs, and we got a heckin' lot of work done on train metals for the bot mall. So the bot mall, and oh, we also built all the rail infrastructure up here for extra blocks for the bot mall. So that's really nice, and it actually is like just now finishing. Cool. Cool. So we'll be importing a ton of stuff here, and here. I will probably be directly loading into provider chests, except for certain really high volume things. And I do think I probably want to make mechanical parts in a different block eventually. For now, I'll just bring them in via train. But yeah, I think I'm okay with mostly bots doing the movement. There are certain things like soil, though. Like certain buildings need like 300 soil, you know? Or like 400 iron. Do we really want bots to do all that work? You know what? My short answer is yes. Yes, I do really want bots to do all that work. We'll see what we end up doing, but man. Now, one thing I am a bit disappointed about. We still got no Vrauk Mark IIs. And we are at 122 products finished. I'm pretty sure that's nearing the median. I was hoping we'd get lucky. We definitely haven't gotten super lucky with this. We still haven't crossed the expected value. Now I'm curious, does the math work out that the median is 140? 0.995 to the 140th power. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, 138 rolls is exactly the 50th percentile. So we haven't gotten to 138 yet. Once we do, we can say we're in the less lucky half of pyanodon's players. Currently, it's still possible for us to be in the more lucky half of pyanodon's players. But for now, we are still in the less lucky half. And let me just double check that that is true. Like, there's no Vark Mark II on this list, right? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Alright, we're gonna call it an episode there. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one.